I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Over the weekend, I did a hot take on Donald Trump's latest lawyer to file one of the most frivolous documents I've ever seen, and that's saying a lot when it comes to Donald Trump. This lawyer is a second-year associate by the name of Jared Roberts, and he filed what's basically a motion to reopen the already frivolous case that Donald Trump filed against Hillary Clinton and 30 other individuals alleging this widespread racketeering conspiracy that was not only dismissed by the federal judge, Judge Don Middlebrooks in the Southern District of Florida, but Trump and Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, were sanctioned nearly $1 million for filing such a frivolous matter. And Jared Roberts, this second-year, very inexperienced associate, filed a motion to reopen the case, saying that new evidence from the John Durham investigation is sufficient to reopen the entire case. Durham went 0 for 2 in his criminal prosecutions, meaning he lost the only 2 jury trials that he actually tried, and the Durham report provided no substantive recommendations at all to the FBI. And when you really take out a lot of the kind of bloviating mess in the report, it basically says that Durham believed that the FBI should have opened up a limited inquiry before an official inquiry into Donald Trump's connections to Russia, a investigation that ultimately led to the convictions of some of the top-level Trump officials and campaign officials such as Paul Manafort and Mike Flynn. And so here was the motion that this guy, Jared Roberts, published. Here it is right here. It's called Plaintiff and Plaintiff's Attorney's Motion for Indicative Ruling Based on New Evidence. And it says that there has been a seismic altering of the legal landscape because of the discredited Durham report. He doesn't call it discredited, but it's a discredited Durham report. And then when you go into the footnote number 1, the second-year associate calls out Judge Don Middlebrooks, who sanctioned Alina Habba and Donald Trump. And the second-year associate goes, the orders entered by the court imposing sanctions against Trump, he calls him President Trump because it's a cult, and his counsel raise reasonable questions as to the appearance of impartiality of the court, and therefore a motion to disqualify is forthcoming. And I was just trying to explain very nicely to this second-year associate, Jared Roberts, that there was already a motion to disqualify brought by Alina Habba before Judge Middlebrooks, and he rejected it like over 18 months ago. But Jared Roberts wanted to thank us at MeidasTouch. He goes, in response to our report, LOL, thanks for the free publicity hacks. Trump 2024 with an American flag. And by the way, that just shows you the level of maturity of this second-year associate who's destroyed his reputation. LOL, thanks for the free publicity hacks. Trump 2024 with an American flag, even though Donald Trump disgraces that flag every single day. And it just shows that really Jared Roberts sees himself as a political operative doing the bidding at Donald Trump and not really a serious lawyer, because serious lawyers don't say things like that. By the way, I got a kick out of these statements by a lot of the members of the Meidas Mighty who responded to this Jared Roberts post, and some of them were really good. Anyone who defends a traitor is also a traitor. Way to throw your career down that gold toilet for a criminal. It's probably fake gold. You should ask to get paid up front. Very true. Don't worry when your law career goes down the toilet. You can get work as a male model. Oh wait. And then there's other comments like that as well. But look, I have zero doubt that Jared Roberts threw his reputation away. I'm just waiting to do the next video once I see Judge Don Middlebrooks' order basically calling out Jared Roberts in this ridiculous motion. But I wanted to do a little bit of digging and see what else has this Jared Roberts said and how wrong has he been before. And very wrong, horrifically wrong, but that doesn't shock me at all. This was a video that Jared Roberts posted on July 2nd, 2023. Like all of these MAGA Republicans who make these ridiculous filings for Trump, they get to go on the right-wing media. In this case, Jared Roberts goes on Newsmax, and Jared Roberts is speaking here to the original indictment, because the superseding indictment had not yet been filed, but the original indictment that was brought by special counsel Jack Smith in the Southern District of Florida for Donald Trump's willful retention of national defense information, obstruction of justice, making false statements, and conspiracy, when only Trump and co-defendant Waltine Nauta were charged. And specifically, remember, in the original indictment, it didn't mention in the section that talks about how at Bedminster Donald Trump was showing papers to these ghostwriters who were writing the book for Mark Meadows. It was implied that these were classified documents and war plans regarding Iran, highly classified and sensitive documents. But the original indictment didn't say what the documents were, or didn't say that special counsel Jack Smith has those documents. Special counsel Jack Smith, of course, anyone knows white-collar criminal defense. You knew that the feds had these records. But here, you've got Jared Roberts going on Newsmax, kind of making a political message here. And he's basically saying, oh, the reason that special counsel Jack Smith didn't put that in there because it's all a hoax. It doesn't exist, or whatever the heck he says here. Let me play the clip of Jared Roberts getting it completely wrong. And then I'm going to show you what the superseding indictment says. So let me show you. Here's a video of Jared Roberts. Play this clip.
Well, we just were speaking to Congressman Burchett, and he was saying how he thinks more indictments will be coming. And then, of course, the Defense Department memo on Iran. Jared, that's at the heart of the now public audio recording that captured July 2021 meeting with former President Trump. According to what we're hearing now, the 49-page indictment, this memo, it's not part of the counts of the espionage charges. What do you make of this? I mean, the fact is that they have supposedly an audio recording, evidence of him holding up this classified documents, yet the prosecutor doesn't even include it in the indictment for espionage. It just doesn't make sense to me. Does the document even exist at this point?
So I'll tell you my thoughts on it are that they know that they don't have a strong case against Donald Trump. Donald Trump did nothing wrong, and that they leaked this out to the media because they're trying to taint the jury pool, and they're trying to get all of this information out there that tries to make them look guilty. But the fact of the matter is that President Trump did nothing wrong in this case. And you brought up the fact that they might be bringing more indictments and whatnot. But the truth here is that those on the left know that they cannot beat Donald Trump in a fair and square fight in the 2024 election. And so they are going to throw everything at him and see what sticks. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that we're going to see that President Trump is fully vindicated and back into the White House in January 2025.
All right, Jared, let's go to the superseding indictment. Let's pull it up right here. Let's go to page 16 and 17, where it talks about the exchange where Donald Trump was showing this classified information to random strangers at Bedminster who were writing an autobiography, ghostwriting it for Mark Meadows. Here's what's added in the superseding indictment. At the time of this exchange, the writer, the publisher, and Trump's two staff members did not have security clearance or any need to know any classified information about a plan of attack on country A. The document that Trump possessed and showed on July 21, 2021 is charged as count 32 of the superseding indictment. Then we go to count 32 of the superseding indictment that relates to unlawful, willful retention of national defense information. It is a top secret, no foreign document, January 2nd, 2021, January 17, 2022. This is a presentation concerning military activity in a foreign country. In other words, everything that this Jared second-year associate was saying is just, again, completely false and completely erroneous. And so I said, who does that remind me of? Well, it reminds me a lot of Donald Trump's other lawyer, the one who was sanctioned close to $1 million in the case that Jared has now picked up, Alina Habba. Remember when the search warrant was executed at Mar-a-Lago? They would just lie. Remember when Alina Habba says, actually, we never got the search warrant? Yeah, you did. This is where they just threw out every lie and tried to see what sticks back in August of 2022. Remember this interview from Alina Habba? Play the clip.
People are saying, oh, well, why doesn't the president's attorney just release the warrant? They were probably handed a warrant before the feds showed up to kick the door down. Why wouldn't you do that?
Actually, my understanding from the attorneys on the ground was that they weren't given the warrant. They were allowed to see it and then taken back.
Oh, so they don't have a copy of it?
That's my understanding.
Okay. All right,
Yes.
Alina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So then in the case that Jared filed, where Alina Habba and Trump were sanctioned nearly $1 million, I'll just go back to the sanctions order by Judge Don Middlebrooks. And frankly, Judge Middlebrooks gave a warning to future lawyers who engage in the conduct that Jared just committed. And Judge Middlebrooks was warning future people not to engage in this conduct. But it perfectly sums up. It's as if Judge Don Middlebrooks knew what this second-year associate was going to do and destroy his career. Here's what Judge Middlebrooks said. So who is responsible for this case and others like it? The rule of law is undermined by the toxic combination of political fundraising with legal fees paid by political action committees, reckless and factually untrue statements by lawyers at rallies and in the media, and efforts to advance a political narrative through lawsuits without factual basis or any cognizable legal theory. Lawyers are enabling this behavior, and I am pessimistic that Rule 11 alone can effectively stem this abuse. Aspects may be beyond the purview of the judiciary, requiring attention of the state bar and disciplinary authorities. Additional sanctions may be appropriate, but legal filings like those at issue here should be sanctioned under Rule 11, both to penalize this conduct and deter similar conduct by these lawyers and others. Deterrence. That's the message that most rational lawyers would have learned from this ruling, but not Jared Roberts, the second-year associate who goes, LOL, thanks for the free publicity. Publicity? Then he goes, hacks, thanks for the free publicity. That's the tell right there. For people like Jared Roberts, it's all about publicity. Dude, you're supposed to be a litigator. You took an oath to the state bar. You took an oath. You're supposed to do diligent investigations, and what you filed was frankly beyond pathetic. And look, we'll see. We can check back here. We'll check back on the video. If I was right or LOL, thanks for the publicity. We'll see if the publicity was worth it for you, Jared, because I think that you're going to learn a very tough lesson. But, you know, I wish you to do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do, Jared. Good luck. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast. Hit subscribe right now and have an excellent day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.